Hello, myself Sunil Ramkrishna. Here basically we are discussing the most dangerous topic, that is the cities creation. And this everything is basically done. One of the person told that basically text box equal to 1,000 cities. That is also done na basically. Everything is created and each and every condition basically that is passed in the sky and universe also basically. And they basically also created the planets also. So everything is done basically. So just wait for the perfect time basically. One of the person told that also basically. So here basically again back to cities creation basically. In this basically we are discussing about the most dangerous topic, that is the 20 percentage error basically which has generated by the education sector basically. That are the lots of people says that school basically are responsible, but school basically, how basically you can say that school are responsible? The group who created MBA equal to 1,000 cities, that 1,000 city people basically who created the 1,000 city, they are responsible na? College people are responsible? No, college people know anything basically. That this MBA basically data is coming from this 1,000 city. No, basically not a single college people basically. The college owner also basically don't know basically that MBA data is coming from this 1,000 city. Not a single college owner and the single school owner know that basically the owner I am doing. Then teachers basically how they might be knowing. So they basically are taking data from this 1,000 city. How basically they will know basically? And how basically they will know that basically 20 percentage error basically is there? If they don't know, they basically don't know that basically the data of MBA basically is coming from these cities basically, that is the 1,000 cities. Then how basically they will know that basically the 20 percentage error is basically inside this basically education sector basically? Then one of the person to that, yes, here you are 100% correct. The creation basically, who created the 20, that 1,000 city basically, they basically has created the error basically. They actually created the error. So one of the person told that basically the cities basically are equal to words basically, right? Then one of the person told that yes basically. Just see the combination how it's going to generate. One city uh, equal to set of words. Then you told that yes. Then MBA equal to 1,000 cities. Then you told that yes. So the 1,000 city basically contains which all words basically. Then he told that, oh, that is very dangerous thing basically. The books basically which is created and the words basically which is used basically in that MBA book basically, that words basically are into that 1,000 cities. So in that basically 1,000 cities basically, it might possible that basically the uh, MCA also basically might be there. MCA subject data also basically might be there from the 1,000 cities. Then it tells that yes, because it's words na basically. The MCA word basically contain, assume that basically MCA when it was created, the MCA certificate basic when it was created, that time basically around 3 lakh word basically was used in the MCA certification. Then into that yes basically this 3 lakh basically or 4 lakh basically whatever, this word basically was used in the MCA certification. So this 4 lakh basically word is coming from this same city basically, that is the MBA equal to 1,000 city basically. So that is possible. Then into that yes basically that is possible basically. Why? Because they are using just the words basically. They are just using the words basically. So same way everything, each and every certificate. Assume that basically there are 1 lakh certificates which is created by the educational industry, that is basically the group basically, that is the for example in India education sector basically who is handling. So we will take one example, just basically education minister of, we will take directly India only. He is basically handling the English to Hindi.
Dharmendra Pradhan.
Dharmendra
Pradhan.
Pradhan. Then see basically this
Dharmendra Pradhan.
Dharmendra Pradhan, and see in English basically
Dharmendra Pradhan.
Dharmendra Pradhan. In Hindi,
Dharmendra Pradhan.
see the difference basically. So difference is also basically kept basically. That's why this is also basically created. So one of the person told that basically that education sector basically contains is basically education sector basically is getting in the errors basically are getting increasing basically, or 100% the error is going to increase only basically. Why? Because the education sector basically generated the set of human needs basically, that basically is created by the software companies also basically. The software, the human needs basically are created by how basically it's created. One of the person told that it's created by chemical, it's created by software energy, and it's created by the nature basically. Natural item basically are there. So he told that yes basically. So natural item basically contains any error, then he told that basically natural item basically converts to cancer basically after certain time. For example, if you have the land basically, right, from that land basically you get tomato. After certain time basically that tomato is going to generate cancer disease in your body basically. Reason, they have basically restricted the data which is going to come from that land basically. So that is also very dangerous thing basically. That also basically one of the percentage told that basically this 20% error basically which is getting from the education side basically, the 100 plane basically which is getting crashed in the Himalayan and the Mount Everest, that is also one of the part basically. So in software industry also basically is generating the error. Why basically? Because they are also basically having the buildings, they are also having the education sector basically. That's why basically. So one of the person told that yeah, our education basically has converted into error basically. So one of the person told that in Mumbai basically assume that 350,000 buildings basically are there of the software industry. That basically few people says that basically we have solved the 50% error basically with the help of the season department basically. That is the season group basically. In Hindi basically it is called Mausam department basically. They have solved the 50% error. And they are still checking it basically. For example, one group basically doing the discussion of 2 hours. But after 2 hours basically they feels basically that yeah, something basically our body is not able to get that basically. That basically they feels that their body basically are getting some problem basically after doing the certain level of discussion. Reason basically I have already discussed. That is the CRM example of the TCS basically. The ideas basically are getting from the power company, giving from the idea company of the power company. So they are also discussing one project basically, which is already dumped in the power supply company. So they are basically getting some problem basically inside the body of their, because the data are coming basically, then basically their bodies are not able to get that data. Reason, education error basically. So the education error basically is there, that is 100% sure basically, because after corona disease basically the error basically has error basically are there. So few people are telling that basically we are trying to solve it. For that basically 50% buildings basically we have already solved, and we are checking basically after 1 hour anything is going to happen, after 2 hours anything is going to happen, after 3 hours anything is going to happen. Anybody is going to get heart attack, anybody is going to get chikungunya, anybody is going to get malaria, anybody is going to get brain cancer, anybody is going to get anything else disease, that we are checking it basically. For that basically 50% companies basically are doing that basically. 50% people basically are sitting at home basically. They are telling that basically we can't take that much data basically. So people basically who are Bahadur group basically, that basically comes to very, what to say basically, they basically take any type of risk basically. They comes in the office and they basically do the discussion of 1 hour, 2 hour. After that they feels basically that yeah, basically are getting some problem. So they basically breaks that meeting, and then basically they say that basically we will do after certain time basically. After that basically the energy department, the power company, and the doctors basically of that software company basically, they are checking that blood cells also basically. Why they were not able to sit for 3 hours, 4 hours basically, because previously they were sitting basically and doing the meeting also basically in the conference room basically. Like this basically few people told that basically. So in next video basically we are going to see a little bit more about this discussion only basically, that how basically they are going to sit for 8 hours, 9 hours.